It's Monday, April 8th. This is PSN News. Tonight we'll bring you more details on the new Memorial Scholarship for Educational Equity in honor of Osaze Osagie, as well as details on a recent E. coli outbreak.
We also have more on the recent town hall meeting in State College discussing gun violence, as well as details on the resignation of the Secretary of Homeland Security. Stay tuned.
Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Justin Korman.
And I'm Anjelica Singer.
On Thursday, Penn State announced the Osaze Osagie Memorial Scholarship for Educational Equity in honor of the 29-year-old State College resident who was killed in an officer-involved shooting on March 20th. The scholarship, established by the Osagie family, will provide financial resources to university students with mental health challenges and other disabilities. In a statement, the family said that the scholarship fund, quote, symbolizes peace, reconciliation, and the need to care for the vulnerable in our society, end quote. Contributions can be made at raise.psu.edu.
Penn State College Democrats hosted a town hall meeting to discuss gun violence Thursday in the Forum Building, following the death of gun violence victims of State College resident Osaze Osagie and Penn State student Nicholas Flacco. Congressional candidate Mark Friedenberg, current congressional candidate for the 12th District, moderated the event by asking questions submitted previously by Penn State College Democrats to a panel of community members. Audience members also had a chance to ask questions and share their personal experiences and opinions on guns in an overall effort to bolster constructive conversations about gun violence, both in Happy Valley and beyond.
2 cases of mumps at Penn State University Park campus were confirmed Friday in a University Health Services press release. The students in question have either been quarantined or removed from campus, and efforts are being made to seek out those who are potentially in close contact with the infected students. Students who are experiencing symptoms such as swollen glands, headaches, or fever are advised to make an appointment or call the advice nurse at 814-863-4463. Last year, 24 cases of mumps were confirmed on the University Park campus.
The Center County District Attorney's Office issued a press release warning local residents of a circulating fraudulent banking letter. The letter states that the recipient could potentially receive $9.2 million from a deceased bank member. It is signed by the name of a Patiri Tabor, who claims they are an account manager of a bank called TD Canada Trust. The letter also provides instructions to not reveal the existence of the accounts until the money is transferred. Recipients are instructed to dispose of the letter.
Coming up, we have an exclusive report about the current renovations in the Willard Building from PSN News reporter Adam Malesko.
Stay tuned, because after the break, Emma Creamer will be bringing you the latest in entertainment news.
In the fall of 2017, it was approved by the Penn State Board of Trustees that in the fall of 2020, the Willard Building is going to be having a long overdue renovation. It will be conducted under the Washington, D.C. architecture firm Studios Architecture. In 1949, Willard was built, and it was named after Penn State mathematician Joseph M. Willard. The building is long overdue for renovation, from the facilities to just the building in general. Let's just ask Penn State students.
It's okay. I mean, it's obviously the general class building that everybody goes to. You know, the saying you have at least one class in Willard.
It's really gross. There's cockroaches everywhere. The bathrooms are pitiful.
It's always nice to upgrade to new facilities, new buildings, so it'll just broaden up the communications. Like Carnegie's great, but like Willard is an old building, so any renovation will add to the experience.
The new renovation will offer College of Communication students a state-of-the-art multimedia center designed to prepare them for the careers they are pursuing in communications. This renovation has been made possible due to the generous donation from the Penn State alum and legendary television producer Donald P. Belisario, who the College of Communications is named after. We interviewed Karen Mosley-Bryan, the facilities manager of the College of Communications, to determine what specifically the new renovation will bring to the college.
Everything will be new and improved. We'll still have 2 studios, the 115 studio and then the studio over in 103. So there'll be 2 studios there. The equipment room will be different. The black box studio, which is the shooting space for film, that'll be new and improved, larger than what it's currently, the size that it is now. It's always a college's hope that more students will apply and participate in the program. That's that's the hope. So yes, I think that there will be more of an interest in coming to Penn State, and specifically the College of Communications.
The construction for the renovation will begin in summer 2020, and the building will be open for classes in the fall of 2020. For PSN News, I'm Ed Mikuleshko.
Welcome back to PSN News. I'm Emma Creamer with your entertainment update. This past Friday, the Jonas Brothers made a surprise visit to Champs downtown. The newly reunited band came to State College after middle brother Joe urged all of his Twitter followers to vote for Champs in Barstool Sports' Best College Bar contest because he celebrated his 21st birthday there. As Champs started to win matchups and move further on in the tournament, rumors spread that the band would be making a surprise appearance on Friday. Students waited out in line outside the bar for several hours and paid a $10 cover to get in. Sure enough, Kevin, Nick, and Joe arrived Friday night with all of their significant others and made their way to Champs. They performed their new singles, Cool and Sucker, but also played classics such as Year 3000. The band bought drinks for everyone in attendance and bonded with Coach Franklin, who gave them all jerseys and invited them to come back for the whiteout. If the night wasn't unforgettable enough already, Nick even told the audience that if he had gone to college, he would have gone to Penn State. The Jonas Brothers aren't the only stars making an appearance at Penn State this month. Saturday Night Live star and former Emmy co-host Michael Che will be performing next Tuesday, April 16th at 8 p.m. in Eisenhower Auditorium. The Weekend Update host and co-head writer for the popular late night show has performed stand-up on shows like Late Night with Seth Meyers and The Late Show with David Letterman before becoming an SNL regular. The show is free for Penn State students with a valid ID. Tickets will be made out for non-students starting this Wednesday, April 10th. Beyoncé fans are thrilled after Queen Bey herself released a trailer for a new Netflix original documentary centered around her iconic Coachella performance from last year as the first woman of color to headline the festival. The special will be released on April 17th, which is right between this year's Coachella weekends. The documentary is entitled Homecoming, and according to USA Today, will give, quote, an intimate look at Beyoncé's historic 2018 Coachella performance that paid homage to America's historically black colleges and universities, end quote. The special will take a deep dive into her preparation and intent behind her vision for her performance, including the behind-the-scenes interviews and never-before-seen footage. That's your entertainment update. Stay tuned because after the break, Noah Chast has the latest in sports.
Welcome back to PSN News. I'm Noah Chast with your sports update. The men's gymnastic team won the Big Ten Championship's team title this past weekend. The team had a season-high score of 410.35, helping earn their first Big Ten title since 2015 and fourth in program history. The Nittany Lions started off strong on the vault, with Parker Clayton and Wyatt Tyndall earning career and season-high scores respectively. Through two events, Penn State led Ohio State by just 2 points. After impressive performances on the high bar, pommel horse, and the floor, the Nittany Lions entered the final rotation in a close battle with Illinois and Michigan. Noah Robertson and Isaac Hammett finished with impressive performances on the rings to seal the victory. Their next goal is a national championship coming up in 2 weeks in an attempt to break a tie with the University of Oklahoma to clinch the most national titles in NCAA men's gymnastics history. The number 1 ranked men's lacrosse team beat Ohio State Sunday night 13-8. The Nittany Lions were clicking both on offense and defense, jumping out to a 2-0 lead and never looking back. Leading the offensive prowess was junior attackman Mac O'Keefe and sophomore Cole Willard, who both had hat tricks on the night. Redshirt junior Grant Ammett had 6 assists in the game, pushing his season total to 54. He also added 2 goals totaling 8 points for the game. The defense was held down by junior defenseman Nick Cardile's career-high 3 turnovers and goalie Colby Neese's 14 saves. The team looked sharp in this rainy whiteout game against the Buckeyes, extending their winning streak to 4 against the Buckeyes. Penn State heads to Ann Arbor next Saturday to try and continue their success against Michigan. The Philadelphia Phillies beat the Minnesota Twins 2-1 Sunday afternoon. The Phillies 2 runs came off the home run from Rhys Hoskins in the bottom of the 6th. Zach Eflin pitched 7 strong innings, allowing only the 1 run and earning the win on the night. The Phillies are now a National League East best 6-2 and are off to one of their best starts in recent history. With off-season additions of Bryce Harper, Andrew McCutchen, JT Realmuto, and Gene Segura, the Phillies are one of the most exciting offensive teams to watch and currently one of the hottest teams to start the baseball season. The Phillies are starting a 3-game series with the Washington Nationals and are hoping to continue their early success. That was your sports update. We'll have this week's weather report coming to you next. Stay tuned.
From the students of Penn State Meteorology, here is your Penn State Campus Weather Service forecast.
A very good evening to you, Penn State. I'm student meteorologist Christopher Tate here with your PSN forecast. Taking a look at our weather headlines, unfortunately, the lovely weather and dry weather we had this weekend is not going to stick around very long, as we have several systems that may bring us a little bit of rain, and then Friday, we're looking at the possibility of abundant showers in the region. And of course, we're also saying bye-bye to the warmth. We had temperatures in the 60s on Saturday and Sunday, well above average for this time of year. Unfortunately, that's all going to change as our temperatures are going to be dropping back down into the 50s and maybe even the 40s for your high temperatures. I'll show you the 7-day forecast in just a minute. And of course, well, when you have rain, you usually have clouds too. So those are going to be on the increase as we head through the rest of the week. Let's dive right on into future weather. Starting things off here Monday evening around 7:30. Temperatures generally in the low and mid 60s for much of the Commonwealth. Allentown 67, Harrisburg 69, 64 here in State College as you head into your Monday evening. The championship game for March Madness that night as well. Some of those showers to our south and west may try to make their way here into Centre County. If they do, it's just going to be just a little sprinkle here or there. Then as we set things in motion Monday night, those clouds are going to start to clear out a little bit before some clouds on Tuesday morning. But notice Tuesday afternoon, 66 degrees here in State College, also 66 in Williamsport, 71 down in Harrisburg, under mostly sunny skies, just a thin band of probably some high clouds. And then as we head into the rest of the day on Tuesday, those clouds are going to be starting to clear 64, 65 or so on Tuesday here in State College. Going to be a fairly nice afternoon. Unfortunately, that's going to be about the nicest day of the week as we have some more clouds start to build in from the north and west. And you also notice these streamlines indicating winds out of the north and west. That's going to help keep our temperatures nice and cool on Wednesday. Temperatures right around 42 or so as you're heading out to your Wednesday classes, only warming to right around or in the lower 50s as we head into Wednesday afternoon. Just a couple scattered clouds off to our north and west, some of those visible over State College. As we head out to the wider view, taking a look at the rest of the work week, cloud cover is going to be on the increase on Thursday, although no significant rain is expected. And as we head into the rest of the day, on Thursday, those clouds are going to stick around, and here comes the next rain system. It's going to be bringing two bands of rain. The first one stretching from Binghamton to Williamsport to Harrisburg to Washington, D.C., and points to the south of there. That's going to be mainly light. It's going to push off to the east relatively quickly. And then we have this much larger band of widespread showers. That's going to be marching its way across Pennsylvania as we head into the day on Friday. Eventually, it is going to clear out, bringing more abundant rain to the rest of the Northeast. And you notice this band of clouds starting to end, paralleling I-99 right around 1:30 a.m. on Saturday. And so things are going to start to clear out. Saturday should be a fairly pleasant day across most of the Commonwealth, just a couple scattered clouds off to the east and a couple clouds right around Erie and on the lake in the north and west. As we head into the night tonight, we'll call it 48 degrees. That rain's going to taper off and the winds are going to die down, dying down to right around 5 to 10 miles an hour out of the west. And as we head into the day tomorrow, like I said, probably the nicest day of the week. Temperatures right around 68 degrees, a mix of sun and clouds. There's a slight chance we may see an isolated shower or two. I wouldn't bet on it, but I wouldn't be surprised if we do see a trace of rain here or there, winds sticking around at 5 to 10 miles an hour. Then as we head into the rest of your 7-day forecast, there's some more rain in the forecast possibly on Wednesday. That rain is going to be late. And notice it's going to be a lot cooler. Temperatures actually a degree or two below average, right around 51. And then as we head into the latter half of the week, There's that chance of rain on Friday I was talking about. Temperatures climbing to around 58 degrees with those abundant showers. Saturday is going to be a fair bit cooler, but that rain will have finally cleared out of the area. Temperatures right around 52, lows generally in the mid and upper 30s. Sunday, we're looking at another chance of rain under cloudy skies. And Monday, that rain is going to exit the area with a high around 57. From the Penn State Campus Weather Service, I'm student meteorologist Christopher Tate. Have a great evening.
23-year-old Kentucky man Brian Michael Reaney was charged Friday with making false statements after he told investigators he was Timothy Pitson, a 6-year-old boy that has been missing since 2011. Reaney was found in Kentucky on Thursday, claiming he had been held by kidnappers who physically and sexually abused him. DNA testing revealed that he was in fact not Pitson. Pitson disappeared 8 years ago during a trip with his mother, Amy Fry Pitson. Fry Pitson committed suicide shortly after her son's disappearance, and in a suicide note said that her son was safe but would never be found. Reaney, who has previously served time on burglary and vandalism charges, is now facing up to 8 years in prison. The investigation into the whereabouts of Timothy Pitson is still ongoing.
55-year-old New York State resident Patrick Carlinio was arrested and charged Friday for threatening to kill Ilhan Omar, a Minnesota congresswoman, last month. Carlinio identified himself through a phone call to a staff member for the Democratic freshman lawmaker, in which he called Omar a terrorist and said he would, quote, put a bullet in her skull, end quote. Omar is one of the first 2 Muslim women elected to Congress. Carlinio faces a maximum of 10 years in prison and a $250,000 fine.
The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention is investigating an outbreak of the bacteria known as E. coli in multiple states. So far, 72 people have fallen ill across Georgia, Kentucky, Ohio, Tennessee, and Virginia. The investigation is ongoing, and no specific food item or grocery store has yet been identified to be the source of the outbreak. E. coli infections can cause diarrhea and respiratory illness, and most people can start feeling sick within 4 days of exposure. In the summer of 2018, a similar outbreak linked to romaine lettuce caused 5 deaths and resulted in the hospitalizations of 96 people.
U.S. Department of Homeland Security Secretary Kirstjen Nielsen abruptly resigned from her position on Sunday, as President Trump announced on Twitter. Her resignation comes just 2 days after she and the president visited the U.S.-Mexico border, and 3 days after the president withdrew his nomination of Ronald Viteo to be the Director of Immigration and Customs Enforcement. Nielsen's tenure saw much criticism, primarily from the president himself, regarding border security. Nielsen stated in her resignation letter that she was proud of her tenure in Homeland Security, asserting that, quote, our homeland is safer today than when I joined the administration, end quote.
And that's all for tonight on PSN News.
Be sure to check us out on Twitter at PSN News.
Have a good night, Penn State.